It's the payday loan company that's no stranger to this program, promising quick cash and then lumping you with ridiculous fees and sky-high interest rates, with tactics some unhappy customers say are no better than loan sharks.
I borrowed $190 and now I've received a statement from them saying that I'm owing them $1,048.
I only needed a small loan of $250. I now have to return over $900.
And I had to pay 4 times more than what I went for.
Small loans turning into big debt.
If I was a consumer, I'd be avoiding these types of loans like you'd be avoiding COVID.
8-year-old Louise says she borrowed less than $200 through Signo loans.
We were a bit strapped for cash and we were preparing to move houses. I needed funds for the removalist.
Then she received a statement for $1,167.
I was flabbergasted. I'm thinking, good grief.
According to her statement, Louise has been charged a one-off lender fee, $15, a financial supply fee, $127, 5 change of payment schedule fees at $22 each, $110, monthly default fees totalling $553, and 29 account keeping fees, $172.55.
You've had a look at Louise's statement. What do you make of it?
She's being price gouged. The fees don't make sense. The fees are extortion, and I really don't see any basis for paying them.
Lawrence Barlow's from debt management company Credit Reboot.
The company is not a member of the Australian Financial Complaints Authority, so there's no protection at all for the consumer.
And being an aged pensioner, it's not easy to make ends meet, you know.
Cody says he applied for a loan with another lender but was knocked back. Minutes later, he says he received a text message from Signo Loans.
And I thought, oh, I'll give it a try. Gave it a try and now I'm stuck with this debt.
Struggling to make his repayments, Cody says he tried to contact Signo to come to an arrangement.
They need to stop doing this altogether, because if they can't answer an email and they can't answer a phone call, then they shouldn't be in business. You should have a relationship with your customer, not just, oh, there's the money and, oh, we won't talk to you ever again.
Signo's the middleman. It claims to act as your agent in applying for and managing your loan. And that's what you're paying for, Signo's service charges on top of the lender's cost. On a $300 loan, that's an additional $130 at least. Earlier this year, ASIC took Signo Loans and associate BHF Solutions to the federal court for alleged contraventions of the National Consumer Credit Protection Act. Neither Signo nor BHF hold an Australian credit licence as required by the National Credit Act. ASIC lost. Justice John Halley said the fees charged by Signo were in exchange for providing the services, not for the provision of credit. ASIC told us it will appeal. In an open letter to customers, Director and CEO of Signo, Mark Swanepoel, said ASIC and the mainstream media claim we prey on the vulnerable and less sophisticated, charging all our customers exorbitant fees and exploiting the very people we claim to be helping, adding we are fighting a large group of hypocrites.
Well, that's a complete joke. They are debt vultures, and it's time that we saw some action. This has only been compounded and made worse during the pandemic.
Federal MP Milton Dick's been campaigning for tighter legislation for payday lenders.
They are using loopholes to get around and finding a way to charge these huge interest rates, to in fact act like a broker, to actually get these contracts signed. The federal government commissioned research and commissioned a report into the small amount contractors in this country, and around 22 key recommendations were delivered. The government was rolled and we've really seen little or no reform so far.
Signo has put me so far behind. I'm living with my parents at the moment because I'm in debt.
Rebecca applied for a $200 loan, and within an hour she says Signo organised her the cash. But there's a catch. Rebecca says she now owes the company
$1,080. It was tough trying to pay for food and credit and other essentials I needed, but it just wasn't enough to buy anything for the weekend because they were taking so much. and making my bank negative.
Rebecca told Signo Loans she'd contacted a current affair. In response, the complaints manager offered Rebecca a $200 discount. When she told the company she'd done an interview with us, Rebecca was offered an increased discount of $332 to avoid further escalation.
Alexandra Kelly's from the Financial Rights Legal Centre.
What's your advice for consumers who found themselves in a tough situation?
Try and negotiate that you just repay the principal, the amount that you borrowed. Cite how unfair it was that you were not explained these exorbitant fees.
The CEO wouldn't front our cameras to answer our questions, but sent a statement and challenged us to publish it in full. Well, that would take at least a few minutes, and essentially it says that Signo provides a service to those who can't get help from banks or other lenders because they are seen as uncredit-worthy. CEO Mark Swanepoel added, the only Signo customers that get airtime on a show like ACA are emotionally charged, misleading case studies where customers have failed to meet their obligations. For them, unfortunately, I don't think we can help. While Signo may not be breaking any laws, there are plenty of moral or ethical questions about the business practice.
Signo Loans, never go to them, ever.
You can read Signo Loans' full statement on our website.